Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Damien After Dark. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe, especially if you're new here. I'd love to have you. Thank you for tuning in. First of all your comments, your love and support, I appreciate it. I am late on this Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review, so thank you so much for being patient with me. I have been so busy lately, but I promise you, I've got more coming for you. The Real Housewives of Potomac, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Love and Marriage Huntsville. The reviews are all coming y'all's way. Excuse me, over here drinking some Sundrop. So this is season 11, episode 15, Threats and Promises. And this episode picks back up on the dinner party from hell. Now remember, this episode should really be called the Dinner Party from Hell Part 3 because we are still at the dinner party where Sutton and Erika were going at it, and Erika was getting vicious with it, if you remember correctly. And Erika asked Sutton if she would like to get sued. Would you like to get sued? That's what she looked at Sutton and said, and, Sutton was like, no, I obviously wouldn't like to get sued. And Kyle says, well, that's what we're all worried about, Erika. That's why we've all been concerned, because we're involved and we don't want to get sued. And Erika tells him that they're not going to get sued. And I also think that this dinner party is kind of where Erika finally wakes up when it comes to Kyle and realizes that Kyle's really not as loyal as she always claims to be, in my opinion. And for those who don't know, Erika on Twitter a few days ago when the episode was airing was answering some fan questions, and she said, when are you going to say something about Kyle? Kyle has been talking behind your back, and she did on the show, if you didn't see. And Erika says, she responds to the tweet and says, oh, we'll get back to that, or oh, we'll get to that. So that right there confirms for us that Erika is in fact a little upset with Kyle and the things that she said. And maybe she'll be opening up soon on her social media, or who knows when, maybe they're saving it for the next season, the breakdown of Erika and Kyle's friendship. Erika implies that Tom will come after any of them who are speaking ill about him. She's mainly talking to Sutton, but she says that Tom will come after those that are talking about his medical problems. And in the confessional, she was like, he's not dead, honey. He's not dead and gone. Erika, the only one scared of Tom is you. At this point, how is Tom going to be suing anybody when every damn lawyer in the country is after his ass for money that he owes? Hello? The man has no money himself, apparently, according to him. Nobody's scared of him but you, and you have been, and you're doing everything that he says, just like the preview for next week. PK says that he thinks that Erika's been in a marriage being controlled by a man all of her life, and I agree. I think she's being controlled now and being told what to say in front of these cameras. And we'll get to Detective PK in a moment, by the way. Also watching this episode, I made a little mental note that Crystal needs to have more of an opinion, in my opinion. If you're going to come on The Real Housewives or any reality show, you have got to have an opinion, because otherwise you're just somebody in the background. And what's the point of paying you for that when they can just have somebody in the damn background? I like Crystal. I really do. I think she's cool from the things that we have seen. But she sometimes seems like she's bored. She doesn't want to be there. Maybe it's just not her thing. From the interviews that I've watched with her doing press, she says that she's enjoyed doing the show. Maybe she's just not that type of personality, and she is just very dull. But I'm not saying she's dull as a person. I just think she's dull for Housewives, and we need a little bit more from her. And I'm willing to give her more of a chance. Hell, they gave Teddy 3 or 4 seasons. I'm willing to give Crystal another chance, so maybe we can get to know her a little bit better, and we may get to see a different side to her. Dorit is kind of stepping in, finally, and standing up to Erika a little bit, so I'll give her that, because at one point, Dorit says, we didn't ask to be in this situation, Erika. And I was glad for that, because she thinks that Dorita's saying in her confessionals that Erika's threatening the girls. And I mean, it is kind of an underhanded threat, her saying, if y'all keep talking about this, you could possibly be sued, insinuating that Tom will come after them, those kind of things, telling Sutton, I'll come after you. It's not a threat, it's a promise. Now, also another thing I noticed is these Beverly Hills girls, as I've said before in other videos, are very, very, I'm not weak, but they're just too delicate. Like, I need them to get their hands dirty a little bit. I need them to get Jersey on me, get a little bit Atlanta. Come on. I need y'all to get a little bit, get a little grit to it. Only one we've ever seen really get gritty with it is like Kim Richards and Lisa Rinna. And when I say grit, I mean by like, get angry, smash a glass, do something like that, because these girls are so delicate about how they go about, other than Erika. Now, Erika can get in there. I'll give her that. She was vicious with her delivery, but I mean, it's good TV. Sutton's been so, dainty about it. So I like that Dorit has been stepping up, and her and Erika are giving us good, aggression, I would say. We like to have a housewife who knows how to get in there. And some of these girls just aren't doing that, in my opinion. Lisa Rinna, yet again, is very quiet. I've noticed that the past 3 episodes, this entire dinner, she's just kind of very quiet. And at one point, she was sitting there, what did she say? When everything got quiet and the energy was tense and the girls were fighting, she was like, let it out, or something. She was just sitting there, her head down, talking. And I'm like, Rinna, you sure are quiet right now. Erika looks at Sutton in this tense moment, and she says, you ever call me a liar again? I'm coming for you. And that fingernail, that doo-doo nail, as Sutton calls it a doo-doo nail. She's put her doo-doo nail in my face. She said, and it's not a threat, it's a fucking promise, by the way. And Kyle says she thinks that Erika's bark is a lot bigger than her bite, and I truly believe that as well. And I feel like Erika is going through a lot, even though she's not the victim. I feel like she probably is dealing with a lot of pressure at home and dealing with a lot of pressure doing this show and the public. So she's just lashing out and getting all this out on Sutton, who happens to be the bystander at the moment that's getting hit. And Sutton's like, so you're suing me? You're coming after me? Am I going to wake up in the morning and there's going to be a horse head in my bed? I don't know why that's hilarious to me, but it's like, Sutton, don't be afraid of Erika. She's not going to do anything. Get in the boxing ring, girl. Put your boxing gloves on and get back at her. Or like Kyle says later in the episode, she's going to keep coming after you unless you come and stand up for yourself. Sutton gets up and she leaves, and she says she's not going to be threatened. Kathy chases after her and tries to get her to stay. She says, I am not used to people like that. That will make me leave. And it just comes off so scary, and like when the bully bullies someone and they just run away. That's what it seems like to me. I really wish Sutton would have stood in her truth, stood in that moment, and gave Erika the business. Every situation Sutton gets in, she runs. I wish a producer would be like, no. I know that's the reality of it, that in real life she would run away. But after so many scenes, I wish someone would be like, turn around. Nope, go back to work. You're not, nope. You're not getting away with this one. Crystal is at the table when Sutton walks out, and she agrees with Erika. And I'm like, Crystal agrees with Erika when Sutton walks out. And I'm like, Crystal, why are you going to wait till Sutton walks out, number one? Number two, you're on the wrong side of history right now, girl. I know that I'm trying to give Crystal the benefit of the doubt, because her and Sutton did have a falling out. So she's kind of biased right now and on Erika's side. So I can kind of see that. And two, Crystal is not privy to all the information that we were privy to as we were watching this. they filmed this months and months ago, 9 months ago. We're watching this in the now. So what we're seeing and what we know, Crystal didn't know at the time. I'm curious to see what her opinion is of everything now. That the time's gone by and we know the information that we know. But I just was like, I don't know. I'm up and down with Crystal at this time. Outside, Kyle is running, trying to get Sutton back inside, and Garcelle says that the girls are riling her up. And, I sort of agree with that because I feel like they've all been saying things. They keep saying, like, Sutton, say what you said. Sutton, tell her the truth, especially Kyle. Kyle, I'm watching like this because she's kind of like a sniper from the side you got to be careful with. And I've always loved Kyle. I've said it before. Her fashions, her family, she's beautiful. But she knows how to play this game. She knows how to be a reality star. And she knows how to keep shit going. But she's eating out of the cookie jar and then hiding her hand. And this is one of those moments where she's like, Sutton, just tell her, just tell her, just tell her. It's like, Kyle, you said some things as well. You were all questionable of the things that Erika could have allegedly known or done. So why are we keep saying Sutton, 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 making her the spokesperson? Just because she held the meeting? Yes, I get that Sutton held the meeting, but you girls participated in the conversation, had your doubts as well. And you should have said, look, at this meeting, we all had conversations and worry about X, Y, and Z. Okay, so the dinner wraps up, and the next day, Lisa comes over to Garcelle's for wine, and they discuss what happened at the dinner. Rinna doesn't really remember anything because she says she was so drunk. I don't know if I remember that. I don't know if I believe that or not. It could be believable, but I'm like, is this an excuse for Rinna to use as to why she didn't or did do this or that, if y'all know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Rinna's very calculated and manipulative, and she was probably using the drunk card for a reason, even though I'm sure she was feeling herself, but you weren't too drunk that you didn't know what was going on between Sutton and Erika, because she acted like she had no idea what was going on. What happened? Oh my God, y'all gotta remember, Lisa Rinna has been an actress for 20-something years. She knows when to turn that shit on and off. So a lot of things I don't buy from her. Garcelle tells Lisa Rinna that she feels like there's a divide in the group, and that it's the four girls over here, Dorit, Kyle, Lisa Rinna, and Erika. And then she feels like it's Garcelle and Sutton over here, and Lisa Rinna doesn't agree with that. She's like, what? No, I would never want you to feel that way, Garcelle. So I'm just like, yeah, right, whatever. You're full of shit, Rinna. You know, just like Garcelle does, that there's a divide in the group. You four, Fabulous Four, or Fox Four, whatever you call yourselves, y'all hang out together. And it's kind of like Garcelle and Sutton over here on an island. We all see it as viewers. I don't see why Lisa Rinna doesn't see it. Garcelle also tells Lisa that she feels like Lisa doesn't look after her, and she starts to give Lisa examples why she feels like she doesn't look after her as a friend, and the editors play the flashback of the different examples. And then Lisa has the nerve to say, well, if you're going to bring up things that bother you, I got some things that I want to get off my chest as well. And Lisa has the nerve and the audacity to tell her that the reason why she's upset with her is that because she didn't say thank you. And it shows a flashback of when Lisa and the group got Garcelle a cake for her birthday. And in the flashback, Garcelle says, oh, thank y'all so much, to the whole table. And Lisa says she thought she would have got a text afterwards. Then she also says, me and Harry brought you some of Harry's special spaghetti sauce that you love, and you never said thank you. And Garcelle's like, no, I said thank you. And she's like, yeah, but I thought I would have got a text, so I could have let Harry know that you loved it. Lisa, shut the fuck up. Really? Because right now you're really reaching, and I'm going to need you to have a seat. You and those lips need to have a seat because right now you are reaching and you're looking for a moment from Garcelle and you're not about to get it because Garcelle looked at you just like exactly what you were, crazy. Like, okay. Like, I couldn't believe that Lisa even pulled that out of the sky. She literally had to lay in bed and think of that at night. Like, what am I going to bring up on camera to say that Garcelle has pissed me off for? Oh, okay, she didn't send me a thank you text. Really? As long as someone says thank you, it doesn't matter if you got it by mouth, by text, by fucking telegram. You got the thank you, Lisa. Like, it further proves to me what Garcelle is saying, that you're a shitty friend and you treat some friends differently than others. Everyone sees it by her. Like, I could not believe that she said that. And Garcelle looked shocked and confused in a way. Anyway, that scene wasn't too long and it wraps up and we go to Kyle and Sutton, who are meeting up for a private jewelry viewing just for the two of them. And they meet up at this fancy building where there's this lady who has jewelry out for them and only they're allowed to view it. And it was brought specially for them because y'all know Sutton is rich, honey. And those two end up talking and they get into it a little bit because they start talking about what happened at the dinner. And Kyle's like, I just wanted you to stand up for yourself. I wanted you to say a lot of the things that you said at the meeting that we had about Erika. I wanted you to say more of that. And Sutton was not having it. The same energy that Sutton had with Kyle, I wish she would have had with Erika, because she kind of gets in Kyle's ass a little bit. And at one point she says, "You talk too much," like Dorit. And I'm like, Dorit is becoming an insult at this point. People are using, you are too much, you're like Dorit. When someone says you're like Dorit, that means you need to shut up because you talk too damn much. So Sutton, a lot of people don't like her, I've noticed on social media, but I do. I like her quirkiness and I think she's an interesting personality. Yes, she is a little sensitive. I do think she's sensitive, which is okay. I just wish she would stand up for herself. And I think I think that she eventually will. I really honestly do. But this woman is someone who looks like she married well. She never had to worry about anything. She's never probably even been in an argument in her life. So when things like this happen for her, I feel like it really shakes her up and takes her out of her element. But once she can really get used to it, now that she's 2 seasons in, I really think next season she's going to be on another level. So I'm excited to see the evolution of Sutton, and she brings something different. Like, a lot of these Beverly Hills girls, like I said, are just so dainty, and even though Sutton's a little dainty and girly and scary and timid, she at the same time is quirky and fun and wears weird fashions, and her comebacks are weird, and the things that she says, it's like, what the fuck. So Kyle is telling Sutton she wants her to be a little bit more aggressive with Erika, but I want the same thing from Kyle. Why aren't you being a little bit more aggressive with Erika, Kyle? Because every time I see you and Erika together, you're parting her ass cheeks apart and licking the crack in the hole. Like, you kiss Erika's ass. I've never seen you two have a vulnerable moment or have a moment where you go at one another or where you come to her about an issue that you're having. Like, you could be having these same conversations with Erika that you want Sutton to have, but you're not doing it either. So we go, and Sutton tells Kyle that she's scared of Erika. And Kyle's like, "I am not afraid of Erika." Bullshit, Kyle. You are. You definitely are. Back at Dorit's house, we go to Dorit's and PK's, Detective PK, I should say. They're having champagne, and they've got a charcuterie board, and it looks like the perfect little date night. And I saved Detective PK because he said everything that most of us have said since this whole Erika and Tom thing has happened this season. He has, in this scene, PK, literally, I was like, thank you. Somebody gets it. Somebody on this fucking show understands And finally, PK breaks it on down for us all, okay? So PK asked Dorit how Erika's doing, how Tom's doing, all that good stuff. And Dorit says there's a lot that Erika can't say right now. And PK makes a good point and says, there is a lot that she can't say, but there's also a lot that she can say that's not a legal issue. And I'm like, thank you. There is a lot she can say. She can put out a statement on Twitter or a public statement by her PR saying, I'm deeply saddened by what my husband has done or allegedly done, whatever. My heart goes out to the victims, and my goal and mission in my life is to make sure that these people are paid back the money that was spent by accident. Whatever, I don't know, whatever the case may be. And the only reason I feel like Erika's not doing that is because Tom is telling her what to do and say. That's the only other reason I can come up with. Why else would she not come out and say these things? Because she doesn't want to say her husband's guilty of it right now. He says, PK says he doesn't think her social media is helping her, and that this story about Tom is not alleged, because everybody keeps saying alleged, and the PK's like, it's not alleged, it's everywhere. He's been doing this for years. He said the only thing that's alleged is this illness that Tom has come down with. Finally, someone with some sense that can see it. This whole dementia shit, this whole story that Erika's coming up with, it's all a crock of shit. PK says you have to be more important how you conduct yourself, because she's literally scratching the nose at the creditors and they're coming for her. Now, remember, this was filmed 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago. And he said this. Everything that Erika's been posting on social media with the little captions. At one point she posted, got these buffoons eating my pussy while I watch cartoons, with her legs spread up in the air. And PK says, she's trying to rile these people up, these creditors up. And look what happened months later. You got a lot of these creditors and attorneys and these people coming after her, wanting their money because they see her flaunting it and being very fuck you on social media. Dorit says that she's on Instagram posing like this and putting these captions and whatnot because she's working, because she has a deal with Rihanna's Savage Fenty lingerie line, which she now no longer has because Rihanna disassociated herself with Erika when all this stuff went down, as Rihanna should, because she's a businesswoman and doesn't want that affecting her brand. I don't blame her. And so Dorit says, that's what her job is. She's just on there trying to make money promoting the lingerie brand. And then PK makes another point. No, maybe it's time for her to change up her image a little bit. If I was her crisis manager, I would come in there and we would change her image up and she wouldn't have to be the sexy siren. And I totally agree. Erika has had this image of the pretty mess Erika Jane her whole career, where she's like a temptress, seductive, just this very over-sexual character, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm all for sexual liberation. But if you're a true artists change and they evolve in their style and their look and everything. And I think it's time for Erika, if she wants to continue music, maybe she could change up her style and image a little bit and have this different look. You don't have to change who you are, but at this time right now, while you got people down your throat and watching every move you make, every dollar you spend, maybe you should change up a little bit. I don't know who her team or attorneys are around her, but she needs new people around her. Another thing I thought was funny is he said, PK said, if I was her crisis manager, I'd have to change her image and reinvent herself instead of spreading her legs in stockings. That was probably an Australian accent, but y'all know what I mean. Excuse me. Garcelle is hosting a Haitian dinner. She wants the girls to come over so they can get to know her a little bit better and who she is and her culture. Garcelle's home is my favorite of all the girls. I don't know why. I just really love Garcelle's house. It's a random thought there, but I really love her house. when when Dorit comes in Garcelle's home, Garcelle tells her, I lost a bet because I said that you were going to be the last one here. So I lost a bet. And Dorit was like, in her confessional, is this another one of your little digs, Garcelle? And I'm like, Dorit, everything is not a dig. Everything does not have to be a moment or a fight or a dig. Like, I don't understand. She was just being funny with you. Like, it's not a big deal. These girls are so sensitive. Like, you can't say or do anything with the Beverly Hills girls. Did anyone else notice when Erika come in, her makeup? You can tell that Erika's not getting that top-notch glam anymore because, baby, she looked casket ready tonight. And I'm not trying to be funny, no shade. Erika's a gorgeous woman, but her makeup was very casket ready in this episode. I didn't like the outfit. I didn't like the makeup. All of it was a big no for a dinner, for a Haitian dinner. Like, I feel like she could have come up with something else. You can tell the money's not flowing in for the stylist and the hair and the makeup and all that anymore. The food they were serving at this dinner to me didn't look too appetizing. Did y'all notice that at home? I was like, ooh, it don't really look that good. There was one thing that I saw that I liked, and that was the codfish balls. They were like fried. They had this like tartar type sauce in this little tube attached to it, so you can just like squirt that in there. That looked good. Everybody's there. It's a beautiful setting. Even though a lot of the food didn't look good, it's still beautiful. I probably would have tried it just to be a team player. Even though when food doesn't look appetizing to me, I don't want to eat it. But if my friend's hosting a dinner about her culture, I'm going to at least try it for her. As long as it's not no octopus balls or nothing like that. Where are we at? So the group says it's awkward because Sutton and Erika are not speaking. It's very tense. And Rinna, Erika, and Dorit actually get up to leave. And when they get up to leave, Kyle tells Sutton and the group that Erika wants an apology. And so she's not going to get one, obviously. I don't know why she wants an apology out of Sutton for what? Calling you out on your shit? And Sutton says, you know who needs an apology? The victims. And I'm like, why is Sutton more worried about the victims than Erika? Like, something is not adding up here to me. I guess she can't speak a lot on the case and what's going on, but all she said was the victims need to be taken care of. Yes, they need to be taken care of. Like, if Tom is such a bad person, if he cheated on you and did all this, why are you not saying more? We know why you're not saying more. So Crystal tells the group that Erika's pretty much done with Sutton and that there is no path to resolution because Kyle keeps pushing and pushing. Like, they need to make up. They need to make up. It's awkward when we're all around and they don't speak. I wish they'd at least put a Band-Aid on it. And Crystal's like, no, there is no Band-Aid. And I agree. If they don't want to speak, they don't have to speak. It's obviously gotten very far and very dark at this point. I don't know if there's a resolution or a pathway to friendship for Erika or Sutton ever again. I mean, at this point, I really don't think there is, and I wish Kyle would stop trying to force it in a way. She's, like I said, Kyle's being very sneaky in the things that she's doing, and I'm watching her. I'm curious to see what's going to happen on the rest of the season. We are almost done with the season. We're I think there's 21 episodes. So we got 5 or 6 more episodes. What do y'all think we have to come on the rest of this season? Let me know your thoughts below. What did you think about this episode? Are you Team Sutton or are you Team Erika? Do you feel like Kyle is being sneaky and doing some shit from the sidelines like I think she's doing? And do you also feel like Lisa Rinna is up to something because she's just sitting back doing nothing in the background? What do you think about the new housewife, Crystal? Is she a dud or is she fun? Do you like her? I want to hear all y'all's comments below. I would also love to hear any of the reality shows that you want me to review in the future. Don't forget, I've got videos of the Real Housewives of Potomac review coming, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Love and Marriage Huntsville, all right here on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. Mwah.